think I'm live. I'm just going to check with YouTube, for it will tell me when I'm live. And if I'm already live, good evening, everybody. And thank you. Excuse me. Thank you very much, yes, for joining me for the second episode of Vegan Village Voices, which I've been having a bit of a chat about to Jason today about the kind of evolution of it, because what we're thinking is that as a weekly thing, it might lose legs very quickly. So last week we tried it at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and that was good. This Wednesday we're trying it at 7 p.m. and if all goes well, it might end up being a fortnightly thing rather than a weekly thing. Oh, the stream doesn't look very good on YouTube at all. It looks fine here in the studio, but it looks. Can you see me and can you hear me all right, people? If you could let me know. Is your picture clear? Let me just try to refresh that. Oh, you're downloading something, aren't you?
I'm just checking. You're okay. Oh yeah, I can pause that. I don't think it'll make a massive difference, but I'll pause it.
Jason's just downloading a big update for No Man's Sky. It is a bit blurry, much better now. Much better now, apparently. I've got myself a beer because it's been a lovely hot day. I'm having a Saint-Sauveur from Sainsbury's. What? You are rude, child. I believe you've had quite the segment in the last meals vlog. So yeah, these are, they come, is it in a pack of 10, Jess?
8 or 10, I think.
So it's either 8 or 10, but they're very, very, very well priced. It's a French beer. And it's clearly marked vegan. It's 4% volume, and I have a little squirt of lemon and lime in it because I like things sweet. Oh, lovely. So, anybody fancy coming on and having a chat? And if so, what about? Well, it's, as you know, D Rabbit, it's 7 o'clock in the evening here. Who do you deliver for, Ashley? Or is that too personal a question on air like this? Oh, there's Jason popping into the chat there. Look. Oh, that's Ashley. Where's he gone? You were there? Oh, he's there. There, Luke. I've just put the link in for the stream. But you have to let me know. Having a beautiful week. The weather's been fantastic. Although we're having to go down to the allotment in the evenings when the sun's gone down to water. So that's quite a thing. Will and Chris, I don't have to vet you two. I could just put you straight on if you're ready. They're ready.
Well,
There we go.
I'm gonna have to sit.
How are you, my love?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Very good. Very much enjoying this weather and trying to get back into some sense of normality now.
Mm.
That's the big thing. Stuart, the lovely Stuart, who does quite a lot of gig gathering for the Vegan Queens. has got them 2 gigs now in July.
Oh,
Fantastic.
nice.
Very
That's
good.
Back to
brilliant.
back, the 2nd and the 3rd. So yeah, one's in the afternoon, hen night, and the next one is sat right here in kitchen calling bingo numbers.
That sounds mint. That sounds
And it'll
mint.
be nice. It'll be nice to earn some money as well, because Gemini, she's not paid away, you know, for months in this house.
Oh,
I'm sure she can find creative ways to pay away.
So how are you two?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. Also enjoying the weather.
It's beautiful,
Well-
isn't it? What part of the UK are you two in?
Derby.
Oh, Duck.
That man
Yeah.
in the centre, yeah.
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 Will's enjoying the weather. I came home to find him studying on a blanket in the garden with his sunglasses on today. I was stuck in an office.
Oh, I know, bless you. It must be. I'm glad Jason's off this week, actually, because today we had a chance to walk up. We've done a walking vlog there before. It's on the channel somewhere, Strinesdale. It's like where all the reservoirs are.
Oh, is that where there was the post box? No, the telephone box with all the books in. Is that one?
No, that's Park Bridge. That's the old ironworks.
Ah.
Again, a really short way away. We've got loads of beautiful spaces, like a really short walk away.
Mm.
So have you guys, by any chance, let's discuss this because I think it's an interesting thing to chat about. Have you seen the co-op vlog?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
have you read about what the co-op are planning to do?
So,
Well-
so yeah, you kind of explained, didn't you? So it's trying to make it equal cost to non-vegan products, which is
And
brilliant.
apparently that will help them to become more carbon neutral.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So it's kind of weird though, because it's got me thinking, right, if reducing the price of your plant-based products so that they're more comparable with your non-vegan products can have a massive impact on your carbon neutrality as a company, why aren't they all doing it?
Mm.
Yeah,
Because everyone's... Excuse me, I've got a desperate pussy at the door. Come on, love. Come on. Don't do it in slow motion on purpose. Yes, bye then. Sorry, we were saying.
Yeah, and the fact that they've done it as well, and they've shown that you can just do it.
Mm.
That's what we loved about going the other day, because we were like, it'll be really shit now if we go in here and nothing's been reduced at all. And I said, oh, we'll still make a shopping vlog out of it, Jason. It'll be fine. Come and say hi to Will and Chris, you. Are you going to grab a chair for a second?
Hello.
Hiya. You all right?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, someone was just asking in the comments, where's Jason this evening? Well, this is Paul's chat thing, but I was going to download the expansion for No Man's Sky, but the PC chugging is taking up the broadband, so I've put it on pause.
Do not tell Chris there's an expansion.
I did not know.
Yeah, apparently it's called Prisms.
Prism. It's a big graphics overhaul, apparently.
I just hope our PC can handle it.
I don't think it shouldn't make any difference. It shouldn't make any difference by rights. I can't crouch like this forever, though.
Well, you could have grabbed a chair in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I've got to say though, Paul, your co-op's bigger than ours.
Is it? And do you know that's the smallest one that we live near? There's one about twice the size of that one. Is it? It's bigger anyway, noticeably bigger, and it's about the same distance as from us as that one, but I'm not comfortable in there. randomly. They don't know me, I don't know them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate it when you get stopped. Can I ask you why you're filming? What you're filming for? We've had that in Lidl before with a really rude manager and staff member. And even though we explained, well, we're just doing a short vlog for YouTube to show people what's available. No, you must stop. Stop filming immediately or leave the premises.
Wow.
They're really abrupt and rude. They were.
Yeah. What they're nervous about? It's a bit weird.
I think he was just a job's worth.
Yeah.
I do wonder sometimes when staff react negatively to us, do they think they're being tested?
Yeah.
Rather than them actually thinking like, oh, this is wrong, do they think this is a test from management to see how I'll react?
If they're acting defensively, then it's because they're taking something about it personally. So so it'll be something like that,
Yeah. But
what managers are like, doesn't it? If they worry about it.
Oh, I just love your accent about it. I am accent whore. This is all because when I went working at Butlins in 1987 and 1988, that was my first exposure to so many different accents from, so I had friends from Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Derby, Glasgow, South East London, like all over the place. And I was like, ooh, these accents are lovely. Because I'm an imitator. I'm like, I love to do accents. I love to hear them. And I like, what they're called? Colloquialisms.
Yeah. So you
like,
hey up me duck.
Yeah, hey up duck.
Yeah.
Love it.
There are some of them that I don't know if they're kind of local or not as well. Like 3 sheets to wind. Is that local or do you know that?
There's a very, very, very fine line between Oldham and Yorkshire. Oldham is much more. It's like if you just go 2 miles from here into Failsworth, people there speak much more Mancunian than Oldham. So I can't necessarily hear it, but one of my friends down at the allotments, I thought we spoke exactly the same accent. And I were in her car the other day, and she said, you've got a very Oldham accent, haven't you, Paul? And I was like, yeah. And I'm thinking, so have you. But actually, she's much more Mancunian. As soon as you get to Failsworth, from there on, that's Mancunian. So it's all ayo. That's the extreme version of it. But yeah, Oldham seems to be very Yorkshire. We've got a lot of Yorkshireisms here. So 3 sheets to wind. Yep, I've heard that many times. That means pissed.
Yeah.
Drunk as a skunk.
It's going a bit black over Bill's mother's. Did you say that? That's got to be a Derbyshire one, that is.
It's going a bit what?
It's going a bit black over Bill's mother's.
Oh, what does that mean? There's a storm coming.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Have you received?
Leanne in Wales said we have that one too. Which one? The 3 sheets to wind? Oh, it's going a bit black over there. Over there. Oh, do you want to go out again, Isis? Go on then, love. I'll leave it ajar for you and come in and out as you please. How's that? Unless the dogs start barking. So, guys, lovely for you to come on and have a chat. Was there anything in particular you fancied having a chat about?
Have you got any ideas? I've been coming up with a few because I know you said people need to be chatty if they're coming on. So I've been coming up with some topics in my head. So one of them, obviously, is Pride Month.
Yeah.
I thought we could talk about.
Thank you for mentioning it.
Yeah. Stuart shared. It was interesting because Stuart shared on Twitter yesterday. Oops, sorry, that's our door. Stuart shared on Twitter yesterday the Pride flag, and it was like the proper Pride flag with the LGBTQIA colours on it as well, which I thought was kind of really important and something that does get missed, you know. And I was having in a lecture recently where a trans woman was talking about how trans people often feel they're excluded from the LGB community, you know, which really made me think, because I'd always thought, well, I'm an ally, but how do you be an ally? What do you do to really show your support?
I think the kind of terrible thing about the trans community of late has been the whole the turf thing has been terrible, but the fact that they're being validated by some pretty big names, really. I mean, what's she called? Jermaine Greer.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of power behind that lady, and for her to be kind of so biologically dismissive, because I believe that her kind of way of dismissing trans women was by saying women have vaginas and they stink.
Right.
And I was like, what exactly are you saying? Actually, can we talk about this? Because very few gays do. I think, in that, you know, there have been some men pretending to be trans women in order to access places where women are so that they can abuse them. That has happened. That's really happened. And it's happened more times than I care to count. So these people that cite these fears, that we can't invalidate their fears because they've happened.
Yeah.
The fear comes from a real place. So what can we do, therefore, to make them realize that that situation is exactly the same as the situation where, you know, there's one criminal in a family, but you don't tar the whole family with the same brush. You actually get to know them. And if they show you who they are and they're criminals too, fair enough. But there's this kind of, I get the fear. I get why people are scared. I do. I don't condone it. I understand it.
Yeah.
I know it comes from a very misguided place as well. The same with the whole sport thing. Even me, not too long ago, I was like, hang on a minute, a trans woman who was born male may be already genetically superior in such a sport or such a sport. It was a truly valid thought in my head, and it was only because a couple of people said, hang on a minute, you need to look at this and this, and I did a bit of research, and it was like, no, there is no concern there, really. I think because there's been so much criticism from so many voices, a lot of the gay community are like, no, we don't want to be linked with you. We're lesbians, gays and bisexuals over here. You're trans, therefore you're kind of heterosexual. Do you know any trans people?
Not personally, do we?
No. I guess that's part of the thing, really. We've only ever kind of known it through like social media or news and stuff. We don't have that kind of personal experience, do we?
No. We've worked with trans people.
Yeah.
Well, I think I find it difficult that the gay community can organise around Pride and then not then be willing to extend that to people who are part of their community. You know, whether or not they identify strongly with it or not. You know, trans people are part of our community, and we have to extend that sense of pride to them as well, because otherwise we're it feels hypocritical, you know. And so these men who have dressed as women in order to gain access and therefore then abuse women haven't been trans women. They've been men who have used that. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
So that's a huge misunderstanding from the outset. You know?
Yes.
And that is a very similar misunderstanding that a lot of people have had in the past, at least, about gay men or homosexuals being paedophiles, you know. So we've got to be prepared to stand and educate people and to point out the differences, you know. But it's difficult because people have also got to want to hear the message and be willing to hear the message as well, and that's the difficulty, isn't it? So
yeah, so I think with that then, particularly about being willing to hear the message, it's about creating a safe place where people can kind of ask the questions and talk about what they think without fear of kind of someone jumping down their throat, because that's not going to help them see differently. Do you know what I mean? Like with veganism, if you kind of shout from the rooftops and really kind of scream at people, then they're just going to get defensive, you know, rather than having that kind of safe space to talk about it, I think.
I think exposure is very important as well, you know, but I think we need to, like when we used to do Pink Triangle Theatre around the schools and stuff, I would have loved to have had trans members of cast, but I wasn't going to go and seek them because that felt like box ticking. And nobody auditioned, but I would have loved to be able to include that aspect of it as well. But I do think that you're kind of, I think with trans people, even with me as the gay man, my perception of trans people changed the more I met them. So I know a guy called Alfie who was a regular guest on my show when I did the TV show. I had him on as much as I could. Lovely guy. Also an electronic pop and synth music maker. Has a YouTube channel called Husk, Husk. If you ever fancy having a look. And my exposure to him was always him. I didn't know him before. I've just always known Alfie. But, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying this because it's pretty much a common knowledge, although only partway through her journey, my niece Rachel is trans. And I knew Rachel as John, my nephew, for many years. And I've had to kind of help other family members when they're talking about her to say her, she. Always her, she now. No longer John. No longer John, he, him. This is Rachel, he, she. She, her. So my exposure to it has been direct.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that's kind of helped my. But I think it's interesting that there are gay men who can't give you a kind of valid reason why, but hate trans people. They can't quantify it or tell you, just I don't like them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do have an uphill battle with it, even within our own kind of. It's not. Pride Month is wonderful, but in fact, it's crucial still, because a lot of people still say, "Why do you need a Pride?" because lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people still face intolerance, hatred, and still get killed. Like, still, you know.
Yeah. Have you seen the you know, the travel map, kind of of LGB laws around the world? I don't know if you've seen that map before, but it kind of shows you places where it's still illegal, or where you can get killed for being in a same-sex relationship, that kind of stuff. And I've shown that to people a few times, and sometimes people have said that's not true. I'm like, oh, okay, so you just get to deny it then, okay. It's actually, but we still get kind of scared to walk down the street holding hands and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that stuff stays with you, doesn't it?
Dynamic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's actually, for anyone who's seen Pink Triangle Theatre's Show 1, also on our channel, just for the record, there is a scene on a bus with two gay characters, and one leans in to kiss the other and the other pulls away, and they all do these monologues, and they pull away from each other because the guy sat behind them, who Jason played, straight guy, typical straight guy sitting on a bus minding his own business. But that was actually based on a real story with me and Jason when we lived at 61 Torwood Road, Jason, it was, Chatham. We're on the bus on the way to college, and he came in for a kiss, and there were loads of people upstairs on the bus, and I, the older and wiser, pulled away from it, like properly pulled away from it, but then was racked with questioning myself, like, why on earth did I do that? Why, if I think that intolerance is unacceptable, why did I pander to it?
That's it, absolutely. Yeah.
So do you think you would, like, let me ask you a random question. If you were in Gran Canaria, for example, would you hold hands?
I think so.
In Gran Canaria?
Yeah, I don't know what, are they a tolerant country? I don't know much about it.
Gran Canaria is like the gay capital of the world.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's incredibly gay.
To be honest, we would hold hands walking down the street. It's just that you find yourself risk assessing as you go.
Yes.
You know. So we're happy to hold hands. I think we're probably just more reticent or more aware of it when we do, you know. And the moment we see something that poses a threat or might draw unwanted attention, we'd, you know, just let go. Yeah. But I mean, we're always both thinking the same thing at the same time when that happens, you know. So it's kind
isn't it sad though that we have to do that? That we feel we have to do that.
Yeah.
It's
often groups of lads, isn't it? And what the one time where you turned and walked the other way when you saw a group of lads? Is that right, Paul? I think I remember, was it a walking video that you did?
Yeah. Oh, it was the last time I tried to do a live. No, it was only two lads. Two lads, but they were they'd kind of, because I'd stopped to try and sort out the connection, they'd stopped, and I was like, and I knew that the continuation of the path where I was going, there's no cars, there's no houses, there's a cemetery wall, a load of trees, and a big field. You know, one of those no one can hear you scream scenarios.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, love. No. But I'm pretty much like that anyway now. Ever since the horror, I've still got quite a large amount of hypervigilance, as they call it. I control it a lot better these days, but there's been times when me and Jason have been walking through Manchester, and there's been a group of guys who are being very loud, just, you know, loud and boisterous. They've been to the pub, and I can't walk past them. I have to either turn or cross over or go and they might just be having fun together.
Mm.
But it's that volume thing. I've got this thing about volume because when the robbery happened, there was a lot of shouting. They were shouting, you know, and I think I associate now.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
I had an experience a few months ago where I was leaving the house, walking into town, kind of put all my kind of trendy, colourful stuff on. Definitely looked a bit gay, and I was kind of mincing down the street, and there were a couple of builders that I could see coming up doing some work in the front garden, and I instantly thought, oh God, here we go, you know, and then thought, no, don't be silly, Chris, you know, just carry on. And as I walked up to them, past them, I saw one of them kind of elbow the other, you know, like that. And I saw them pass a couple of comments and snigger and look as I walked past, you know. And I had this sense of shame come over me that I'd not experienced for years and years and years, you know. And then, more importantly, this feeling of anger at myself for feeling the shame, you know, that I shouldn't be feeling anymore because I'm a grown man, you know. And it really kind of it put me in tangles, really, because I doubted myself. You know, I was like, well, it might not be because you look gay, Chris. It could have been because, you know, there was something else that they were commenting. Maybe it was because you're wearing a silly shirt, you know, or something as innocuous as that. I just didn't know what to make of it, you know. And it surprised me that can still happen, you know.
Yeah.
It's it's interesting.
It is interesting, and you know, for anybody watching, this is why pride is important.
I was just going to say, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is why we have, you know, so many events. We have Ida Hot now, International Day Against Homophobia and Transphobia. We have Pride Month, and we celebrate as much as we can I will not use the word normalize, because what's normal? My good friend Sue Sanders from Schools Out, who we used to do a lot of work with Pink Triangle Theatre, always uses the word actualize instead of normalize. I actually exist and I'm actually gay, so I need to actualize that. Not normalize.
Yeah,
because normal doesn't exist. And that's all of this was one of the reasons we started Pink Triangle Theatre in the first place, because even we as a kind of the Pink Triangle Theatre started because there was, I don't know if you recall, there was a PCSO called James Parks, and he was beaten in a bus stop in Liverpool with his boyfriend, and it reached national press in 2009. PC James Parks and his boyfriend, and he had his jaw broken, and because it reached national press, and I was like, I can't believe this still goes on. Then I Googled it. Then I Googled homophobic attack, transphobic attack. And I was like, what? How is all this still happening? How? Because we were in a bubble. We were married. We'd been together for so long. We were in our home with our cats and our friends. And I had no idea that people still hated us.
Yeah, wow.
It's a tough thing to take on the chin, though, isn't it? Because it's like, how can you hate love?
It's not logical. It does not make sense. Unless it's some old kind of deriving from old religion. Just loads of problems with some of that. Yeah. Would you consider doing something like Pink Triangle Theatre again, Paul?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The only reason we stopped, really, where's my bloody mouse gone? There it is. I'm trying to see if there's any questions. If anybody has any questions, put question marks at the start of your comment. We've talked about it. We've talked about bringing it back just before COVID. So it is something we would definitely consider bringing back, because it's a very good, very powerful, very snappy show. So it keeps young people's attention, because the scenes are so short, and it's just scene, costume change, scene, costume change, you know. And it's as much as the young people loved the performance, I think what they loved the most, and surely what we loved the most, was the discussion workshop afterwards. And it proved to me time and time again that young people are intelligent and open and thirsty for knowledge, but you have to tell them about things. You have to introduce them to it. You have to actualize it. Otherwise, it just becomes something that's spoken on the outskirts, and so it doesn't get any legs, you know. How long have you two been together, by the way?
Oh,
I'm nosy.
7 years? Yeah, 7 years.
7
Married
years.
for 2, been together 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a nice wedding?
It was
lovely. Really nice. Yeah. Expensive.
Still paying for it. Yeah, it was lovely. It was a nice hot day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, really hot, beautiful. We had it in like a really industrial old mill. So yeah, we didn't really have to do a lot to the place, did we? Because it just kind of carried its own atmosphere, which was lovely. Just put loads of candles everywhere, you know. So yeah, it was lovely, perfect. Yeah, over so quickly as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go quick, don't they? It's like at our wedding reception, ours only cost 2,500, by the way.
Wow.
Everything.
Wow.
Oh, everything. Was it? Yeah, it was 2,500. I bought most of it off eBay. In fact, it was almost all off eBay. Our wedding cake stand, our rings, our suits, decorations, gift bags. Everybody got a gift bag. Everybody got a piece of jewellery and chocolates.
Wow.
We had an afternoon thing straight after the ceremony where it was champagne, pizza, and bruschetta. A beautiful little Italian restaurant in Oldham that we love. And then the evening thing with the buffet, which at the time was vegetarian. But yeah, $2,500 it cost us.
Wow.
Everything from eBay, bar the food. Because I'm not buying a buffet off eBay.
Oh, that's brilliant. We kind of wanted to do that. We looked at all sorts of different options, didn't we? I think we just kind of ran out of time. So it's like, well, we'll have that first one we looked at.
What's that then?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Well, let's not talk about the food. Yeah, we had a cracking time.
We didn't have enough.
Did you know?
No, nowhere near enough on the buffet. But our wedding cake was a 5-tiered clear perspex cake stand covered in donuts and cupcakes.
Oh, wow.
With a little model of me and Jason on top.
Oh.
Our in fact, I've got to show you this. Our friend Scott bought these. It was awful. The actual little 2 male figures that we got off eBay looked like twins. And it was just like, that's a bit wrong. And then he fixed them up for us. And he did, honestly, an absolutely fantastic job. Why has Facebook changed so much? Where are pictures? That's friends. Oh, how random. Yeah, so go on. I dare you to tell me your ballpark. Oh, it's there.
Oh, how much it was?
It could have been a lot more.
Could have been a lot more, yeah.
Yeah, it was about 12.
Yeah.
Which is, that's actually quite good because a lot of people are spending like 25, 30.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, the average these days is 25 grand for a wedding.
We saved money just by having it on a Wednesday.
Yeah, we did.
Isn't it random?
Yeah.
Jesus, I've got a lot of albums. Oh, there we go. Oh, such a lovely day. I love them suits we got. All right, that's the.
Oh, brilliant! Fantastic.
And that is pretty much the suits we wore.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And then the actual cake.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
You see that?
Yeah. Oh, that. I bet that was popular.
Oh, it all went.
Yeah.
We didn't even get a sniff. It were gone. Denise, thank you for the super chat, darling. Much appreciated.
Oh, we can see the comments if we press that.
Can you see them?
Yeah, I can now.
I'd like to see if anyone's asked any questions, but I can't. Rainbow Vegans rock. Same as me. My wedding cost 2,500 as well, but I'm divorced now. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at you. It was just that was quite comically said. At least my head read it comically. Oh, Denise got married in Fuji.
Oh, nice.
It was a holiday honeymoon too.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know where did you guys honeymoon?
Scotland,
yeah.
What, in a hotel or?
Well, we went to a hotel first, didn't we, in Edinburgh? We spent a few nights there, and then we went to like a, what would you call it? Like a cottage kind of thing?
Yeah, it was a cottage.
In Inverness. And then we just kind of drove and walked around the Highlands.
Yeah, so we tried to pick a base that we could go and visit lots of different places in the North Highlands. So we did a lot of driving and walking, and yeah, it was, didn't want to come back. Favorite holiday, a favorite place. Yeah.
We went to Centre Parks.
Did you? Did you go to the Sherwood one?
I think so. Jason. Oh, he'll be upstairs playing his guitar. I think so. Nottingham.
Yeah.
Were you not really disappointed when you got to Sherwood Forest and found that it was all bloody pine trees?
No, I was delighted because there were loads of squirrels.
Yeah, the squirrels and the ducks.
Yeah, and we had a duck family come into the backyard every morning and share breakfast with us. It was beautiful.
Oh.
Which Centre Parks did we go to? Was it Nottingham?
It wasn't the Sherwood Forest one.
It wasn't the Sherwood Forest one, apparently.
Yeah.
It was the other one. One that one, it was the other one. But we had a lovely time.
We went to the Sherwood Forest one, and it was nothing like Prince of Thieves, and it really bothered me.
Yeah, as soon as we got there, the first thing Jason said when we got out of the taxi from the kind of, because we got the train, so we got we got out the taxi from the train station, and the first thing he said was, "Oh my God, breathe that air." Because we'd only driven in about a mile, probably, because they're big, aren't they? And the air was completely different. We've got some random questions here.
Say hello, Rupert.
Come on. Oh, baby.
He's struggling now.
That's what they do.
He was coming to investigate, but
One of 4.
William Carter says, "Have you considered face or skull tats?" Are you talking to me because I've got ink? If I wasn't a drag queen, my neck would be fully tatted, I believe. I thought the arms were all right because I can wear a long sleeve dress if need be. Although she never does. She likes showing them off. So yes, have any of you guys ever considered face or skull tats?
No. Your brother's got neck tattoos, though, hasn't he?
yeah. My brother
He's
has
got quite a few tats.
Yeah, he wants face tattoos. You know, but he can.
I quite like them. And Toby Gosling says, "Favourite biscuit to have with a cuppa?" That is such a gay question. And I mean, that's such a question good for the gays. Go on, guys, what's yours?
Hobnob.
Hobnob.
I'm joking.
I've not had one of them. Is a hobnob even vegan?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
We don't tend to have biscuits, really, do we? We buy Jammy Dodgers sometimes since they went vegan again. Or the Lotus biscuits, I guess. But we drink black coffee. We don't drink tea.
Now we like digestive with a brew.
But do you dunk them, though?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not like dumped biscuits.
No, it's because it puts bits in the bottom of the drink and then they catch you by surprise and off guard.
Well, I bet you're mortified by dunked toast, then, aren't you?
Oh no! I made him tofu scramble the other day, and the toast went soggy, and he was heaving. Yeah, you don't like soggy things.
No.
Oh, Vex Noob prefers a rich tea, and Toby's having a bourbon.
I thought Kitty's names. We've got 4 cats. We've got Rupert, Theo, Mim, and Sophie.
Oh.
Yeah, Sophie's the one that went missing recently. 5 days.
Oh, she came back though. I told her she'd come back. The slut, honestly, they get out of that side. Has she been done?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if not, watch her belly over the next few weeks.
I was. I did a tarot reading, and it told me she'd be pregnant. But this was months ago. She's not popped.
Yeah, mine that went missing came back pregnant. I noticed about 2 weeks later, I was like, her belly's feeling very firm and her nipples are hard. What's going on here? Then I was like, wasn't just a bloody week away, was it? Yes, lots.
What did you do with the kittens?
I think we found homes for them all, if I recall. I think she had 3. And I think we found homes for them all, but I can't recall. But I'm very kind of... I had a good friend called Diva. She's not really called Diva, called David. I always called her Diva D'Amore. And she's very in with cat people. So it probably would be some of her friends. Because she had lovely cats, lovely kittens. Oh, there's a very long conversation going on in here about biscuits. Gravy Baby is saying, I like my biscuits with gravy. See, biscuits in America they're a kind of plain scone, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really.
And gravy's different as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's like the fat from whatever things you've been cooking with flour. It's just a roux with pan scrapings. We like a brown gravy over here in the UK, not white. A white one is a sauce, not a gravy. Hey, I'm actually really interested in where the word gravy came from now. Oh. Right, see, it's very strange. I'm missing comments that are here. But are not in there. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Well, guys, it's pretty much been all you two tonight. I was expecting some more people to jump on, but nobody's wanted to. So thank goodness for you two. Oh, Simeon, another question. So what do you make gravy out of? Simeon, are you American? By any chance? Much of our gravy over here is ready-made. Like gravy granules and gravy powders. I mean, I have made gravy. In fact, my Christmas dinner gravy, I'll tell you how I make that because it's kind of interesting. Bit of vegan butter in the frying pan. Fresh parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, but much more sage. Fry that up until the flavours get into the vegan butter. Cider. Has to be cider. It's the only liquid I use. And then I make a little roux with either corn flour or just flour and water to thicken it up and then sieve it. So it's a herby, buttery cider gravy. Yeah.
You can try that.
But most of the time I just use Bisto gravy powder.
Yeah.
Because it's gorgeous. Oh, Simeon, good old American over here. America, yeah. I didn't say the middle word. Graven babies. Gravy equals butter, flour, and milk, and salt and pepper. See, I'd call that a white sauce, me, Graven. That to me is a white sauce. Oh, Leanne, tell us what proper Welsh gravy is, my love. Leanne says, when you visit us, you'll get to try proper Welsh gravy, Paul.
Welsh gravy.
What is it? What is it, darling?
Tenterhooks. Come on, Leanne.
The vegan vlogger, I love Bisto, can't beat it. Do you use the Bisto Best onion powder?
That's the one we have, isn't it?
Yeah, we use that.
Yeah.
It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, and I put a little
really
bit
is
of
so good.
Marmite in it as well to, I don't know, make it richer.
I made a beautiful gravy last night, as you'll see on next week's meal vlog. Last night we just had a whole plate of steamed vegetables and a gravy, but to start the gravy off, I fried chopped red onion, chopped white onion, chopped red pepper, chopped courgette, and some frozen peas with a little bit of oil, got them all tiny little bit char, then the water to get all the flavour off the bottom of the pan, and then the gravy powder. It's beautiful. Oh, Leanne, fried onions in half oil, half butter. Make a roux with the melted oil and then use your veg water. Add gravy browning and salt. Boom.
What is gravy browning?
Literally exactly that. It's just colouring.
Oh.
I don't think there's any flavour to it. I know my mum used to wear it on her legs when she was a cheap teenager before nylons. She said she used to use gravy browning. She said you were buggered if you went out and it rained.
We just got some of that Maggie seasoning stuff as well. Yeah. But I don't know how to use it. Like, it's just little drops coming out, and I don't know if I'm putting in too much or not enough. or what? I don't know what's going on.
Well, I always add a few drops to gravy. Well, almost always. And if I do a pasta sauce for the meatballs, I'll put a few drops in there. It's just one of those lovely umami. Things.
Yeah, that's it. Because like we said last week, we went to Wing Yip. And we're basically just a vegan guys Wing Yip shop. And we're like, oh, what was that? So we'll get some Maggie Caesar, and it's just been in the cupboard, not knowing what to do with it.
It'll last ages, though.
Mm.
It lasts so long, that stuff. I keep it way past its expiry date anyway, just because I'm filth. and just cheapskate. Everybody in the chat now wants gravy. Yeah. Everybody wants gravy. So this has actually turned out to be a bit of a Pride special.
Yeah.
This one, which is kind of nice, actually. Like you said, June is Pride Month officially. And hopefully we can all get to a kind of Pride Festival at some point this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still a bit worried about Manchester. Question for Will and Chris. I'll put it on screen. Have you had any crap from your families before coming out? Like my family makes homophobic jokes and stuff like that. And one of my aunts flipped her lid. Have you had any issues with family or friends?
No. I think both of our families have been incredibly supportive and loving and understanding from the outset. We've both been really fortunate, really. There were some things that we needed to iron out. My mum was very emotional about it because she felt like, in a really kind way, really, because she felt like what she hadn't prepared me for was a life as a gay man, you know. So she suddenly felt out of her depth, you know, and that, I don't know, almost that she kind of let me down in a way by not, because she says that that she never knew, she had no idea. I don't know how, but my bedroom was covered in Backstreet Boys posters and Peter Andre and all sorts. But you know, this is what she said. She got no idea, and she didn't feel like she prepared me for it, you know. And she was upset about the grandkids thing because she always wondered and imagined what my children would be like and wondered whether that was a possibility anymore, you know. And this was 20 something years ago now. And aside from that, everyone, she always said, she did say, if you ever told me you were gay, Chris, then I would make you an egg sandwich. So that's what she did. She made me an egg sandwich, you know. She then proceeded to, I didn't really need to come out to anyone else because she got on the blower and told just about everybody in Derby that would listen, which was kind of harrowing, but I think as a 17-year-old, probably what I needed. Because I don't think I would have done it under my own steam. And I knew by telling my mum I'd be telling the world. So, but yeah, it was. I think everybody just adjusted really quickly. Even my dad, when I told him, he just said, "How do you know it's not a phase, Chris?" And I said, "Dad, you've never been with a man. How do you know it's not a phase?" All right, okay. I'm going So we went for a lie down, changed the she's to he's, and that was it. I was really fortunate, you know.
Yeah, same really. I was dead fortunate. I always knew my parents loved me, and they knew. They asked me several times if I was before I actually came out. So I always felt really supported. Yeah, so I'm sorry if that's not been your experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, isn't it? We all have very diverse stories to tell. Some wonderful, some horrific. But I just think the fact that most gay people are visible is a testament to our tenacity.
Absolutely. Watched your video coming out to your mum, Paul.
That was such a laugh. It's like she knew before I did years ago, but I just went down one day and said, Mum, there's a bit of a trend of coming out videos on YouTube at the moment. Do you fancy doing a spoof one with me? She went, oh, what do I have to do? So I said, right, here's how we'll start it, and then we'll just see how it goes. But it was fun to make.
Yeah, it's lovely.
She's 80 on Friday, bless her. How would you?
Oh, happy birthday.
Bless her cotton socks. Ashley wants puppies, not kids. I get you. Right, guys. It is, what time are we on? Yeah, I said I was going to try and keep this to an hour because, here's for why. We've got to go down to the allotment now on water.
Okay.
It's been too hot all day, and you just can't water in that kind of heat. So last night we went down about 6:30 and it was still hot for an hour after that. So I said, look, I'll do an hour tonight and then we'll go down water, come back, have us dinner, chill out.
Oh, bless you.
Did you hear me? I thought I heard him moving about there. Guys.
It's been lovely to meet you.
Yes, it
Oh,
has.
thank you so much for coming on, and now I know you much better. Are you going to come and say goodbye? What were you doing, Mama?
I'm playing guitar upstairs.
I thought you were playing guitar. I did think that. I'm here.
There we go. I need to come close to you.
You'll want to watch this, I think, at some point, because I've just had a really lovely chat. It's turned into a bit of a Pride special.
Okay.
Really.
Okay.
I had a lovely chat with Will and Chris.
Great.
So
fabulous. Well, no, I'll catch up at some point. I usually catch up on most stuff that he does that I'm not necessarily 100% involved with.
Yeah.
So just been sat upstairs in the bedroom playing a bit of classical guitar.
Oh, lovely. Are you going to be uploading some then?
I hope so. At some point in between filming and editing and allotmenting and working. Yeah, fingers crossed. It's took a bit of a backseat over the last few months, hasn't it?
Your music, yeah.
But it will come back with a force.
Yeah. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Right, guys, thank you so
very,
very much for joining me, for being my only guest. And you know what? I'm right bloody glad you were and all. Because it's a bit better. This has felt a bit like a Pride special.
Yeah.
So that's been nice. I think we will say the next one in a fortnight, 2 weeks, just so we don't dry up. But let me know, guys, in that vegan group. It's linked underneath every video in that vegan group. If you want to come on and have a chat about something. Will and Chris, much love, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you two again soon. Until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other.
Bye.
Bye, loves. And I shall remove myself as well now. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Now down to the allotment with a horse pipe and a watering can. Much love. Bye, loves.